Hello, drama lovers. Welcome back to the K-pop World Channel. Behind every visual transformation of an idol, there's always a deeper story. Sometimes it's not about trends, not about concepts either, but about something quieter, something that can't be explained with just a single word. Today, we'll dive into a small change that made the whole world go silent. A haircut. But it wasn't the cut that silenced everyone. It was the reason behind it. Some time ago, the public was caught off guard by one small change that felt enormous. No press release, no teaser, no promotional campaign. Yet that one appearance made the entire world stop for a moment. Just because of one thing, hair. Wang Yibo showed up with a hairstyle that looked completely different. Not flashy, not bright, but that's exactly where the spotlight hit. Because everything felt so quiet, so personal. That new hairstyle didn't just make fans pause, it made them wonder. Some said it was his most mature look yet. Others called it too deep, too dark for someone as bright as Yibo. And amid all that confusion, only one question hung in the air. Why? Why did Wang Yibo choose that haircut, and why now? It all started with that moment. One photo shoot session where Yibo sat still, dressed in a black suit, his hair falling to the side of his face, slightly messy but perfect, and his gaze empty but alive. As if he was speaking without sound. As if there was something he wanted to express, but couldn't be written down, couldn't be said. Only shown through that change. And the public responded quickly. Hashtags about his new hairstyle trended across platforms. Photos were re-edited, compared to his past appearances, and everyone tried to guess the motive behind the shift. Some speculated that Yibo was preparing for a new acting role, maybe in a historical drama or a dark, intense action film. Others linked it to a new global fashion campaign or brand image. But none of those theories were correct. They were all too far from the truth, because the real answer was simpler, but also deeply touching. This story didn't come from a big interview. Not from a social media post, but from someone working behind the scenes, a hairstylist who accidentally revealed one sentence in a small conversation. That Wang Yibo didn't show up with a magazine reference or a mood board. He just opened his phone gallery, showed one image, and quietly said, "Cut it like this." That image wasn't of another celebrity, not a cut from any fashion week. It was a letter, yes, a handwritten letter, in black ink on plain white paper. A letter from an unknown fan. No name, no username, no expectations of a reply. Just a string of words written on a night that must have been too quiet by someone who felt too broken. In that letter, the fan shared about the darkest period of their life, about how the world felt too heavy, how they'd lost all motivation, but also about one small thing that helped them survive, Wang Yibo's hairstyle. To some, that might sound dramatic, but not to the writer. The letter said, "Back then, I had no one. I wasn't talking to anyone. I just watched your videos. And somehow, seeing your hair fall gently over your forehead and your face remain calm made me feel like someone out there understood my exhaustion, even without saying a word. Your hairstyle made me feel like the world could move slower, calmer, more bearable. I don't know why, but I want to say thank you. Because without you knowing, you saved me." At the end of the letter, the fan wrote one hope. If someday you feel tired, maybe you could go back to that hairstyle. Not for me, but for yourself. Because sometimes the simple things bring the most peace. And that's exactly what Wang Yibo did. He never replied to the letter, never posted it, never mentioned the sender. But he remembered. He kept it. And when the time was right, he showed it. No announcement, no explanation, not a single word. Just through his hair. Just through silence. Just through a style that made fans stop and realize, this isn't just a haircut. And from that moment, everything changed. Fans started remembering the times Yibo wore that hairstyle, the trainee years before the global endorsements, when he was just a quiet boy trying to dance faster than time. They recalled his youthful face, his effortless style, and the genuine aura once only noticed by those who truly paid attention. Now the style is back. But not as nostalgia, not as a marketing move, as a tribute to someone unknown who once wrote, "Thank you for being with me in silence." And it's not just a visual symbol. It's proof that Wang Yibo hasn't forgotten who stood by him in the beginning. That in a world growing louder, he still chooses to respond with calm, with care, with heart. The fans' reactions were overwhelming. Some cried after learning the story. Some started writing letters again, not to send, but to release their feelings. Some even remembered writing something to Yibo years ago and now wonder, was it me? Suddenly, the Wang Yibo fandom was filled with warmth, not because of trending posts, but because of the realization that, even if small, they mattered. Even if unnamed, they were seen. Even in silence, they were heard. And maybe that's the most important message of all, that in a life filled with noise, the most touching things are sometimes those left unsaid, unannounced, unadvertised, like a haircut, like a letter, like a heart that holds on, not for show, but to remember. Today, we watch Wang Yibo walk the red carpet with his head slightly bowed, a faint smile on his lips, and hair falling just enough to shadow his eyes. But now we know, it's not just style. It's the quietest way he's ever communicated. And if you're someone who once wrote, once hoped, once sent a message without a name, maybe you touched his heart without ever knowing. Maybe you're part of this story, and maybe, without realizing it, you inspired someone to keep going. In silence, in style, in nameless love. For now, we wait. Will Wang Yibo ever speak about this? Or will he remain the same? As always, keeping it all in quiet, we'll keep following his steps. And as always, we'll bring everything to you without too much noise. Because not everything needs to be shouted to be felt. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe that letter truly inspired Yibo? Have you ever written something similar? See you in the next video. Only on K-Pop World.